close. Summer of 2002. The rodeo. If you come up here, it's $18 a night, or if you have the senior access pass. I'm following these guys in the razors, and they're hauling buns.
So someday when my ship comes in, I know just what we'll do. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two.
Well, this is the ATV group ride, and we're going to take a ride from the main camp where we were at, camping on the 300, up to a place called Gentry Campground. And this was my first ride, kind of riding along with everybody else in the razors and stuff, and it was a unique experience for me. We've had a razor before, and we've ridden on these kind of roads, but I've never ridden along with razors on a quad, so that's a whole different experience. And a couple of little tips if you ever do this kind of a ride with people on a razor or any kind of off-road equipment, you want to have a dust mask. And I was wearing some masks on to help kind of keep the dust out of your mouth, and so you're not breathing in constantly. And we're going to be passing by the some of the trails that we've shown before, like Black Canyon Campground, and we're going to be going past that on Rim Road 300 to Gentry Campground, which is another campground probably about 5 miles past Black Canyon Campground. And you know, as we're driving through here, you can see that there's so much dispersed camping on both sides of the road here. This is just south of the main camp area, and there's lots of pretty spots here. If you don't mind putting up with a little bit of the rough road, take your time, go slow. You'll find some really nice spots even farther south of the main camp area where most people like to stop at. As you can see off on the side, every now and then you'll see trailers and campers off on the side. And there's places you can pull in and get a little more privacy if you want. There's spots that are big enough for several campers, and there's spots that are just big enough for maybe one or two or three. So if you're looking for a little more privacy, there are a couple of places along the road where you'll see tanks. When I say a tank, I'm talking about basically a hole in the ground that collects water for the animals, like the horses and elk, and they have these tanks spaced around through the forest here for animals to have water available in the summertime. And they do fill up in the rain season. They can also collect one thing that probably a lot of campers don't like, and that's mosquitoes. But this time when we were up there in June, we didn't really have a mosquito problem. I was really kind of surprised. This is another spot off to the right there, Eubank Road. If you keep on that road, there's a nice overlook of the rim that you can. It's about a mile south of there. There's also dispersed camping on that road. And you see a tent off to the side there. So every now and then you'll see people camping off in the woods. Forest Road 300 allows, you can disperse camp anywhere really along this road. It's just a great dispersed camp area. Like I said, as long as you don't mind putting up with some of the washboard roads, which can be occasionally kind of rough. It's kind of funny because once we got onto an open stretch of road, they really put the pedal down. I think I was hitting 35, 40, 45 through here, and eventually I just had to back off. Here's Black Canyon Lake Road, and we took this road the other day and went up there and took some pictures of the lake. It's beautiful, beautiful lake. Fishing, kayaking. Yeah, they're picking up speed right here. I just up ahead is a spot that we did the other day. I showed a video on that, the Hangman's Trail. Just past the campground here. Now, normally, if it was just me by myself, I wouldn't have been going this fast. It really something that campers probably appreciate. There's the Hangman's Trail right on the left there. There's a sign that we pass here. There it is. The Hangman's Trail. Interesting story behind that. So watch the video I put out a few days back on the Hangman's Trail. I'll put some links up in the corner, up in the right hand corner for you, so you can click on it if you want to check it out. About the Hangman's Trail, the 3 young men who got hung back there. Were blamed for being horse thieves, but turned out they were innocent. Sometimes people didn't wait around for evidence and trials and stuff. They just took law in their own hands. And every once in a while, you'll see a green milepost pop up. That kind of give you an idea of where we are on the 300. It's a really strange road because sometimes you'll be going along through here and it's just as smooth as can be, and then all of a sudden you'll hit some really rough rocky patches. I mean, for the racers and ATVs and quads, you can just sail right through here. But if you're in a motorhome or a trailer, or you're pulling a trailer and stuff, yeah, probably don't want to go near as fast as we are. You'll wind up with a pantry full of a pantry full of broken dishes and plates and stuff. But sometimes the road smooths out. This road actually continues on and on for miles and miles. I'm trying to look at my map and see how far the 300 goes while I'm talking here. I'm looking at the map. I do put up maps on here so you can check them out to kind of show you where we are. Actually, the rim road just continues. I think you eventually will wind up in Sholo. Yeah, it'll eventually will wind up in Sholo and Pine Top Lakeside if you stay on the 300. It actually scoots north of the Apache Indian Reservation. It's kind of the rim. That's why they call it the rim road, basically. It just goes right along the borderline of the northern section of the rim, but it also kind of goes along the border of the Apache Indian tribe land, and of course the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest. Now the two are coordinated together, but it's 2 different areas, so just be aware of that. If you start to go too far south of the 300 and let's say you take a trail, just watch out, because before you know it, you'll be on reservation land. And the reservations have different rules on ATVs. So if you're riding ATVs out here, my advice is don't go on the Indian reservation land. I'm not going to get into elaborate details, but I've heard stories of people going down in reservation land with ATVs and getting stopped. And for some reason or another, they like to be they like to be picky about things like regulations on licensing and stuff like that. So just avoid all that. Don't go down on the reservation unless you have permission ahead of time. Coming up ahead, coming up in a little bit to the Gentry Campground. And now if you are adventuresome, you don't mind coming back this way. It's a nice little campground. Check it out. Hey everybody, it's Dave here. We just did a ride from main camp up to Gentry Campground. This is on the 300 Forest Road 300. I'm following these guys in the razors, and they're hauling buns. But this site here, I'll show you, is if you have the pass, it's $9 for the seat if you have the senior pass. Let me just show you. There. If you come up here, it's $18 a night, or if you have the senior access pass, it's $9 a night. And honestly, I think they should give it to you a little less than that, because it takes, I don't see that it's full right now, but it's a nice little campground. Oh, look at the view you've got though. You got one of the towers here, the Forest Service towers. Got little tables, fire rings, some water over there available, and a restroom. All the essentials. And so today I'm riding with the big boys. They got all their Can-Ams and Razors and Generals and you name it. Me and my little green goblin over there. Oh, look at the view. This Black Canyon Lake over there. You see patches where there's no trees. That's the result of the fire that they had about 20 years ago. I think it was Chetasky or one of those fires. Just came through the valley here and destroyed a lot of trees. There's Black Canyon Lake right through there. View the whole valley up here. I don't know if you can see it on here, but there's those three little towers over there. That's where our camp is. So we came around all this. There it is. That was close. Summer of 2002. The Rodeo Chetasky fire. Fire on the rim. 468,000 acres were burned. 500 homes were destroyed and businesses. Wow. It says firefighters talked to flames hundreds of feet tall, propelled by winds as fast as 55 miles per hour. Goodness, all through this valley right here. And so begins the second half of our ATV ride as we continue down the 300 road. And it was actually, the total ride was about 40 miles. And unfortunately, I didn't get all the trail because there was a spot in the middle of the trail where I had a couple times I had to change batteries on the GoPro because the batteries died. We were gone for about 2.5 hours. And so when you're riding behind or in front of several vehicles, you can't just say, hey, everybody stop, I got to change my batteries. So if I didn't do it and think about it at the moment we took a break, it didn't get done. So I really hope you enjoyed this video so far. Please give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. And I'm going to let this continue. I tried to decide whether I was going to show the whole video or not, but feel free to quit right here if you want, or if you'd like to go and see the rest of the trip that I have on here. It's a 40-mile ride. I did miss a little bit of it, but if you'd like to watch it, certainly go ahead. I'm going to let it run. There are some really cool moments, and I tried to hang back so I could get a good shot with the cameras. I also learned that made sure I had my mask on when we started off because the dust was awful. I carry a couple of masks in my gear, so I have a couple of them I can put on. But oh boy, when I got back, was I ready for something to eat and a shower. Yep. But like I said, watch carefully, and once in a while you'll see some animals pop out of the woods. I'll try to mark them on the video for you down the way here as we continue on the trail. I had a couple spots where deer ran out in front of me, and I had a couple spots where horses and cows went out in front of me on the road, and I slowed down, get around them a little bit. You gotta watch for that. No bears, but we did have some deer, and we had one spot where there were a whole bunch of deer that were like a deer train, I call it. Had about 4 or 5 deer run right across the road. It was pretty cool. So enjoy. to jump right in here for a second. This is close. I was hoping that we were going to stop here. This is close to the area where Travis Walton, back in 1975, I guess it was, they did a movie called Fire in the Sky. This is real close to the area where he was supposedly abducted. It was just north of the road right here. In fact, the junction of the 487, where you go north of the 300, just up from that junction, that's in the area where it supposedly happened. And a lot of people like to go up there and take a look at that area. It's just north of the road right there. just getting to the end of the ride, and I realized after I got back to camp that I think my batteries died in here in just a few minutes. Hope you enjoyed this. We're not too far from the main camp, getting close and getting back, and the sun was starting to get down, and I tell you what, there's nothing worse than driving into the sun, man, especially with the dust. It's like fog sometimes. You can see that on the video. Almost back. Time for some dinner and a bath. Definitely. Yeah. Get the dust out of my eyes. I think I was eating dust to the next morning when I woke up. I still had some dust in my nose. Oh, it's just terrible. Safe travels wherever you're going. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I apologize for the missing the trails in the middle. Next time I make sure I put batteries in when we take breaks. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Bye.